It's now time for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. We go all the way back to March the 8th, year 2025, with the Nashville Predators were at Bridgestone Arena taking on the Chicago Blackhawks. Head coach Andrew Burnett deploys his lines and defensemen in the following way, and it is a 11 forward, 7 defenseman alignment. Stamkos, O'Reilly, Evangelista make up your fourth line. Forsberg, Sissons, and Marchessault. Smith, Svechkov, and Verana making his Nashville Predators debut. Bellows and McCarron are your fourth line. Shea and Blankenberg, Del Gaizo and Stastny, Englund and Barron and Osterley are your defensemen. Onanen gets the start in net for the Nashville Predators. We are 1 minute and 26 seconds in. We find Soderblom coming with a save on Phil Forsberg. That's the first shot on goal of the game at the 2:28 mark of the first period. Soderblom coming with a save on Smith, plus the follow-up by Svechkov at 4:12 of the first period. Soderblom coming up with a save on Jonathan Marchessault. First special team scenario of the game is a power play for the Nashville Predators. That comes at 4:33 of the first one. Mikheyev is off to the box. 2 minutes for holding. Soderblom, a save on Evangelista. Then a save on Svechkov. Back to 5-on-5 hockey at 7:07 of the first period. Soderblom coming up with a save on Smith at 10:04 of the first. It's Onanen coming up with a save on Velmo at 14:50 of the first period. It's Soderblom coming up with a save on Stamkos, plus the follow-up by Ryan O'Reilly at the 16:10 mark of the first period. Soderblom coming up with a save on Jonathan March. So at 16:43 of the first, it's Soderblom, another save on Luke Evangelista, not one but two times. 17:45 now the first. Onanen, a save on Donato. 19:30 of the first. Soderblom, a save on O'Reilly. The Nashville Predators dominate in the first period, but they are unable to get through on the score sheet. They outshoot Chicago Blackhawks 17-6 over the first 20 minutes of regulation hockey. We move into the second period onto the clean sheet, and at 1:34 of the second period, Onanen comes with a save on Bedard, not once but twice. Impressive save right here early in the period, but just seconds later at 1:56 of the second, Vlasic with his third goal of the season, breaking through for the Blackhawks, putting them ahead by a score of 1-0. 2:21 now of the second period. Martinez is off to the box. 4 minutes for high sticking. Steven Stamkos is going to cash in on the power play for the Nashville Predators with his 19th goal of the season. It was a left circle finish, tying the game up at 1 apiece. Brady Shea, though, would pick up a penalty 2 minutes for interference that would negate the remainder of the Predators power play, creating a 4-on-4 scenario, then a brief Chicago power play. Nothing would happen during those exchanges. We go to the 7:59 mark of the second period. It's Soderblom with a save on Osterley at 9:18 of the second. Onanen, a save on Donato. 12:30 of the second period. Stamkos, his 20th goal of the season, second of the period. Low slot finish beats Soderblom deep in the net right there. 2-1 in favor of the Nashville Predators. Steven Stamkos with both of the Preds goals here in the second period. At 13:50 of the second, Osterley off the box, 2 minutes for high sticking. Onanen comes up with a save on Vlasic. Then Onanen comes up with a save on Teravainen 2 times over. 18:03 of the second. Soderblom comes up with a save on Englund at 18:12 of the second. Shea off to the box, 2 minutes for carrying the puck in hand. Definitely guilty of that one. 0 shots given up by the Nashville Predators penalty kill. A strong effort out there on this one. We hit the intermission with a brief carryover for the Chicago Blackhawks power play. The Preds leading 2-1 out, shooting Chicago 27-17. So the Blackhawks did manage to get 11 shots on goal in the second period. The Preds had 10. That carryover of 12 seconds on the power play for Chicago would yield 0 results and 0 shots on goal. So we go to the 1:37 mark of the third period, where we find Soderblom coming up with a save on Blankenberg at the 4:42 mark of the third period. It looks like Crevier has a goal right here, but it's challenged for offsides, and it is overturned. Quick review right here. 7:15 mark of the third period. Barron versus Doc, 5 minutes each. Doc picks up the extra 2, putting the Predators on a power play. That's where Soderblom comes up with a save on Steven Stamkos. We go to the 9:30 mark of the third period, and Soderblom comes with a save on Stamkos at 12:21 of the third period, though. Mikheyev, his 14th goal of the season, was a below the goal line to the low slot finish. Soft D coverage there near the blue paint for the Predators allows the Blackhawks to tie this game up late at 2 apiece. 13:57 of the third period. Now Soderblom comes with a save on Forsberg. The rebound trickles towards the line. Diving save towards the back post. Comes away with it. 17:45 of the third. Onanen, a save on Kaiser, and at 18:35 of the third period, Soderblom, a save on Bellows, plus the rebound follow-up right here. That takes us to the end of regulation, tied at 2 apiece. The Predators with 39 shots on goal in regulation. Chicago Blackhawks finished the game with just 19 shots on goal in regulation. 2:18 now into the 3-on-3 overtime session. Soderblom comes in with a save on Barron, and then 2:39 of the overtime. Stamkos, his 21st goal of the season, is a one-timer off of Svechkov's no-look feed. Impressive primary setup, and an even better finish for Steven Stamkos, his 21st of the season, his third of the game. He gets the hat trick. The Predators get to celebrate with 2 points, winning this game by a score of 3-2. Steven Stamkos doing all of the damage, 2 goals in the second, 1 in overtime to give the Preds the 3-2 victory and those 2 points. 41-19 are your shots on goal. 41 for the Nashville Predators over the course of this game. So Steven Stamkos has obviously awoken and now has erupted for 3 consecutive multi-point games, and there's no bigger and better way to do it than by scoring all 3 goals for your team on home ice to defeat a division opponent. That's going to do it for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. We've got analysis, we've got box score, we've got so much more coming up on this game next, right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast.